Welcome, Lorraine. It's so great to have you today. Let me just first introduce you. Lorraine Johnson is an authenticity coach, helping clients to live their most fulfilled lives, which includes taking back their own energy during the day. So welcome, Lorraine. It's so great having you today.
Thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank you. Thanks for
being here.
Yes. So I really want to know what inspired you to work with energy drains and its effects on people in their everyday lives.
Well, actually, there's several reasons.
Okay.
One is very prevalent. Everybody has energy drains, so it's something that everybody deals with.
Yeah.
Second of all, I like working on personal foundation issues because just like a building, the deeper the foundation, the taller it can go. The same is with people. The more secure your foundation work is who you are, the bigger you can be in the world and the more you can do.
That's beautiful.
And I also found that by doing it, the work that we do, it expedites the coaching process so that the work that we do goes faster and it lasts longer. It endures, it sticks, it lasts because it's authentic.
Yes.
And I don't find clients coming back in 18 months or 2 years, which what I know is essentially the same problem, but in a different area of their lives.
Gotcha.
Because they really know how to function authentically and to zap these energy drains and do what they need to do to solve their own problems.
That's wonderful. So what does an energy drain mean to you? What is it like to its basic core, its minimal core? Let's say someone is waking up in the day. How would they first experience energy drains?
Well, you know, Thomas Leonard, who's the founder of the coaching movement, used to define them as compromises we've talked ourselves into. I define them in that way as well, but also it's anything that you step around, step over, have to work around, struggle with, or anything that's pulling you down.
Okay.
So that leaves a lot of things.
That leaves a lot of things. And I think you also mentioned an example to me earlier before this conversation that it was also the energy drains of maybe wanting to grab a shirt in your closet, wanting to wear that favorite shirt, but then notice that the button was off or was misplaced in some way, right? So how could we fix an energy drain, something like that? And how is that actually taking away our energy?
Energy drains can be little things,
Okay.
like a missing button on your favorite shirt, and you go to wear the shirt, and it's like, oh, I can't wear it today.
Okay.
So that drains us a little bit of energy.
Okay.
But 6 days later, you go to wear it again, and it's like, oh yeah, I haven't fixed that. A little more energy. And every time you go in to do it, it's a little more energy and a little more energy. Now you add that up with all of the other things that you have to do. Changing a light bulb every time you get ready to go read or go into the closet and there's a light bulb that's missing. And it's like, oh, I gotta fix that. Oh, I gotta fix that. The dental appointments you have to make for the kids. You know, you wake up in the morning and you think, gotta remember to make those dentist appointments. And you get busy at work and I can't remember to make those dentist. And then you do something at lunch and you see an ad or something. It's like, I didn't make the dental appointment on the way home. Every single time, that's like a little bit of air going out of your tire.
Oh.
Okay, and you multiply that times however many energy drains you have, it can be a lot. And I think I said to you that there was a study done back around 2011, maybe a little bit before that, that determined that every person is tolerating an average of 200 energy drains in any moment of their lives.
Oh my goodness.
So you can see how that tire can become flat.
Yes.
These little things.
So why aren't people noticing those little drains that come out? How are people going through life desensitized from the energy that's coming out of their tires per se?
I think that a lot of it is just because of the lives we lead. They're so fast, especially with the internet and social media. We're doing so many things, and I have found in the course of my practice that human beings are phenomenally adaptable. And that can be really good, but it can also have its bad aspects, such as things come up and you just put up with it. You just tolerate and you tolerate it and you tolerate it, and you don't realize how much you're actually tolerating.
Yeah.
But what happens is that it comes out in personality issues and fears and anxiety and exhaustion and stress and frustration. And you might ascribe it to one specific big thing, but really it's a compilation of a lot of these energy drains.
Interesting.
Big and small, because they're large energy drains as well, not just these little things, but the little things are a little bit easier to tackle.
Interesting. So how would we go about tackling just the little ones first? the little energy that's really disrupting our day. Maybe you have a personal example of there's something that, like the button example, let's just fix the button. The dentist appointment example, let's just make the dentist appointment.
I have a 5-step process that I take my clients through. And one of them is, the first step really is acknowledging their energy drains, because, you know, what isn't acknowledged can't be addressed.
Yes.
And I have them sit down and write all of their energy drains. And after however amount of time, 20 minutes to an hour, they think they're finished. And the next assignment the next day is to do the same thing again, because consciousness creates awareness.
Yes.
And the next day, as they're going through their day, they're like, oh, I hadn't thought about that energy.
And then they'll just write it down on the piece of paper. Interesting.
And we do that for 5 days, believe it or not.
Wow.
And at first they're like,
It doesn't matter.
And by the end of the 5th day, it's like, oh my God. So I recommend a very thick legal pad.
Yes.
Because it's surprising how many there are. Then the second step is isolating the pivotal drains.
Okay.
And those are the ones that, by eliminating, you also eliminate 3 to 5 others at the same time.
How so?
Well, suppose you have a problem with a car. Your car is not working. Okay. So the problem, one of the energy drains that you're dealing with is sneaking into work late periodically because your car broke down.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Another energy drain is feeling immobile because you don't want to use the car for trips that aren't really necessary because you're not sure how much more life it has to it.
Interesting.
It's those kinds of things. There may be other things with the car. You may have to take the bus. You may have to depend on other people to take you places sometimes because your car is out of
And
it costs money every time you have to go get it fixed. So here's a thought. Let's look at how you can get another car. Even if it's not a brand new one, it might not be the one that you want, but it's the one that's reliable.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. But at least you know that is a pivotal energy drain. So by addressing that one, you address the ones that go around it.
That makes sense. And you're aware and you're like, okay, you're coming into the situation going, this is going to cause me an energy drain. I'm now aware of that and I'm going to monitor how I feel during that process. So it's not taking me off guard. I'm really understanding that this is an actual problem of mine and it's not someone said to me, that might have been a part of the problem, but it led up to my car, or led up to this personal energy drain.
Yes, by tackling that one issue around the car, getting the car fixed or getting a new car or whatever it takes, can really take care of several other energy drains.
Interesting.
So that if you can go through and pick out on your list all the pivotal drains and then tackle those first. And then the third thing is for the bigger ones, the things that you've been procrastinating, the things that you really don't want to do. It could be moving your office to a different location, or that's pretty big. Or cleaning out the attic, or that garage sale you've been putting off. I have them do a cost-benefits analysis and really go through what the costs are, what the benefits are, work around some of the costs, and then it makes it a little bit easier, and you can see how you can do it and the easiest way to do it, and it makes it a little bit more something you want to do, a little more viable.
Do you ever have any kickback from your clients going, you know what, I really don't have any time for this. I'm not inspired to do this whatsoever. It's just not going to pan out the way I want, but it's that energy drain still stays in their head. They haven't come to the awareness that it needs to be fixed.
I think once they start doing the list, and then that takes us to step number 4.
Okay.
Really, which is setting out a plan about how to do it. I advocate with those little drains that we talked about, 1 a day. So you put yourself on a 30-day energy drain elimination diet. So you just do one thing a day. Change the light bulb, sew that button on the shirt, change the furnace filter if you have to, get the oil changed in the car, make the phone call for the dentist appointment. Just one thing every day. And usually that really helps because after about 5 days, they're on a roll. It's like, whoa.
You're getting stuff done. You're getting it off your checklist.
It feels really good.
I love that.
And so then when it comes to the larger things, they're more on board.
I love that.
And then we take the larger things and we break them down. So I'm not going to say write your resume today. That's one thing in one day. You have to break that down, break it down to its smallest steps, and then you do the small steps one day at a time. The same thing with the garage sale. You're not just going to say, okay, Saturday I'm having a garage sale. We have to figure out what has to be done, and then one day you just do one thing.
One little bit at a time.
Until it gets done.
I love it. Now, what if part of the energy drain is an obstacle within the larger energy drain, like that garage sale? It's a big obstacle, right? But let's say you need a few things in order to organize the garage sale, and you're waiting for those few things, but those few things are now eliminating from your, or really attracting the energy that you're putting off.
So are you saying if you're waiting for something to come, then what do you do?
Exactly.
Go put in the light bulb. You go back to one of your smaller energy drains. Put in the light bulb, make a phone call, rake the leaves, whatever the little things are that, so we have a long, a difficult list, and we have a really short list. And if you're having a bad day and you've chosen to do something that's pretty big and you just can't handle it, not a problem. Go return a phone call. Do one of the things that's on the short list.
I love that.
So that you're always doing something.
And so you're proactively getting something done, which makes a huge difference.
Exactly.
That's perfect. I honestly feel like energy drains go hand in hand with self-love. You're almost self-care, self-love. You're almost hand in hand taking care of yourself, the more energy that you have in your life. And Lorraine has put a beautiful article up on her website, and it's all about self-care, not just being about bubble baths or buying something expensive, something cute, but it's more so taking the time for yourself. So can you kind of drive us through what self-care means for you and how we can get into a deeper meaning of that?
If I remember correctly, I think the title of the article is The Ugly Side of Self-Care.
Oh.
And it can be very unattractive. It can be very ugly. It's not necessarily fun, but it is very, very important. So what I say is, like in your example, spa days and bubble baths and manicures.
Not that that's not bad to do.
Manicure. So I don't want a whole lot of salon owners calling me saying that I'm causing them to lose money. I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm just saying that self-care is creating a life that you don't need, want, or desire to escape from.
Okay.
Okay, so when you're using those things as an escape, if it's a necessity, you have to do it. But really good self-care is creating a life you don't have to escape from. It's sitting down on a Saturday or many Saturdays and creating a budget, or figuring out how to get yourself either out of debt or how to have the money to move your business to the next stage, or looking at your health. And a lot of us are business owners, and so we're not in it for 3 years or 5 years. We're in it for the long haul. We want to be in it as long as we can. And if you find that you're surviving on coffee, pizza, fast food, that'll take you only so far, but you're not going to make it into your 60s doing that. So self-care is sitting down and coming up with a plan, no matter how little. It might just be walking around the block every day, but really tackling it and figuring out what can I do to keep myself healthy so I can continue to make it to the end.
That's beautiful.
Doing what I love doing, rather than at some point getting so tired you have to go take a job somewhere.
Yeah, and then being happy doing it at the same time and allowing that to go hand in hand.
Exactly. And it's also very hard because it's periodically going in and looking at things like what works, what fits, what you're doing now in your lifestyle. Just like you would with your wardrobe.
Yes.
You're not wearing the same clothes that you wore in high school.
Correct.
They don't fit, they don't work, they're not stylish.
Correct.
And you have to do the same thing with your life. You have to go in and see what's working for me, what's not working for me, and here's the hard part. A lot of times it's people.
Whew, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
Because you don't want to go against, and hurt someone's feelings or feel bad and like ending a relationship or ending a friendship on such bad notes.
Or even when it's a business partner.
Oh,
But sometimes there are times in our lives where situations and people just become so toxic, which means they're draining a lot of our energy. We have to learn how to love them from afar.
Interesting.
Or we have to learn how to have difficult conversations with them.
Yes.
It's also about learning how to say no. Maybe that will save a relationship.
Yes.
If you have trouble saying no, if you learn how to say no, and I go through that with my clients as well, teaching them things like the no sandwich and how to buy time before they say yes, especially the chronic yesers.
Tell us about no sandwich. What is that exactly?
Well, there are a lot of people don't like to say no because they feel like they're rejecting other people.
Okay.
And there are ways to say no without saying, even using the word. One way is to buy time. And I have chronic yesers, and I'll tell them for a week, you cannot say yes to anything. You have to say let me know. So if somebody knocks on your door with balloons and you know the cameras and the mic, how would you like to win $1 million? Let me think about that. You know, as ridiculous as that sounds, you can take 2 seconds and say, you know what, I thought about it. Yeah, give me the $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, but just to break that habit. Now the no sandwich then is, you know, I wish I could help you with that, or I'd like to help you with that. That's the bread, but I can't. There's your meat. Have you tried? And giving them an alternative suggestion. So if you do both, you can do both of them and say, let me think about that. And then you can think of the alternative suggestion and call back and say, you know, I really would like to help you, but this just is not good for me right now. Have you tried doing this? Or have you tried talking to this person about this? They may be willing to do it.
I love that.
So that really works. And then there's just the plain old, you know, that just isn't in my best interest. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So those are 3 options. And in none of them have you heard the word no.
Exactly.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Lorraine, thank you so much for being here today. Can you tell us a little bit more about your exploratory sessions that you have offering?
I love talking about this stuff, as you can see.
Yeah.
So I offer a complimentary free exploratory session. You can go onto my website, LorraineJohnsonLifeCoaching.com, and sign up for that. There's no obligation, there's no fee, there's no expectation except that you come away from the conversation having benefited in some way, and that's it. So we'd love to talk to anybody who'd be interested.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for your value.
Thank you.
And I just want to list that Lorraine Johnson, her website is LorraineJohnsonLifeCoaching.com, and you can actually get a hold of her through email, Lorraine@LorraineJohnsonLifeCoaching.com as well. She's also going to be tagged to this video, so if you want to find her a little bit more easily, she's going to be on this video. She'll probably also comment as well if anyone has any questions. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a beautiful day.